Garou is one of the most powerful characters in the One Punch Man universe. Sure, he has an overwhelming desire to become a monster and likes crippling heroes, but let's actually take a second and look at what he's done, and I promise you by the end of this video, you'll be on our side.
Yes, Garou is accused of many a crime, but we're here to tell you that they are justified. Let us know in the comments what the most egregious crime you think Garou from One Punch Man committed, or maybe the crime that you think could most easily be justified, and let us know how you would justify it if you think any are justifiable at all. Let's get right into this. Let's talk about his first crime, chronologically, that we know of that he commits, okay? This would be when he is under the tutelage of Bang, Silverfang. He has a violent rampage against basically all the other prodigious fighters in this dojo, and rendered them all unable to fight for the rest of their lives. Like, I don't know if this is like paralysis or what the hell happened, but none of these guys can fight ever again. They're crippled.
We never get the extent of which these people are crippled. For all we know, he could have just broke their fingers or just make them kind of have a weird S-shaped back now, which
not bad.
Might not be great. But also, who are all these students? You know, this might just be pro-Bang propaganda and anti-Garou propaganda as well. Oh, after he beat all my students, they all just decided to quit. It's like, dude, is that the real reason why? If you had any backbone in these students, wouldn't they all want to like join together somehow to defeat Garou? Even if they had to become like some sort of like Rat King where they all kind of got mushed together, you know, and they became this mob of force. None of them had that desire. Bang, you had a pretty bad group of students if you think that they're just going to go down with that kind of spirit, dude. I guess my question is, did this even happen? If it happened, how bad was it?
I think so, too. I think maybe you could make some kind of an argument like, oh, they were all honorable, so none of them ganged up, and they waited their turn to fight one-on-one, you know, Dragon Ball style or whatever. I'm not buying it. I'm also not buying that Garou is so strong at this point as a regular human being, not monster, not anything, that he could successively take out all these guys. It's like the gorilla versus 100 men, right? And then you ask the question, like, okay, well, is it 100 men one after the next, or is it 100 men going at the gorilla all at once? Guess what? The gorilla's losing no matter which of those two options you pick, and I don't see Garou as that much different. I'm not doubting he's stronger than a gorilla, but all of these prodigious students under Bang, like, you know how strong Bang is? These guys are all definitely stronger than your average human as well. Like, no way. I'm not buying it at all. If this was legit, you would see all these disciples, you know, climbing on top of each other and forming like this giant flesh mech to fight Garou off if necessary. Okay, yeah. I mean, how cool would that be? And like you said, we don't even have confirmation this really happened. This is like Bang propaganda, and then Garou, as somebody who wants to become a villain, right, and be known as this feared guy, he probably just goes along with it and exaggerates the point because that's the vibe he wants to put out. So I think it goes without saying, innocent on this front, innocent on this front. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. There's no proof here at all. His students, by the way, Bang students might have just walked out on him.
True.
Either that or these students really were just that unimpressive and Garou rightfully kicked all their asses. Yeah,
send all of your art of this flesh mob of the fellow dojo members that all lost to Garou, and send that all to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We'll be sure to present that art on the next video we do here on this channel. But also, Garou, is he the only person in the dojo to actually transport himself up those stairs as like a child? I think he should get some special privileges. This guy is very impressive. So, I mean, he draws a little outside the lines a little bit. Like, oh, come on, guys.
It's hard to say if he's like the first one to do it. Maybe as a kid he's the first one to do it, but you know, when he ascended those stairs, I forget the name of that guy, that really like ugly guy. I think his name's actually a reference to how ugly he is. He's in like season 2 of One Punch Man. He's in the manga a decent amount, but he wants to kick this kid out after this kid reached the top or whatever. And Bang is like, I like his spirit, I like his pride, or I like his southern pride. And he says, I think he should stay and become my disciple. But Sourface is his name. He said, no, get this kid the hell out of here. This isn't impressive. People climb these stairs all the time. And Bang didn't exactly fight back against that. So I don't know, man. It's hard to say.
Well, one thing they accuse him of doing that's like, oh, why did he do this? This is a bad thing. He stole Wolfman's identity and entered into a tournament. Okay, is this all that bad of a thing? He didn't kill Wolfman. He just assumed his identity. And did he kill anybody else? So no. What is this, identity theft at worst, identity theft? And if anything, he probably gave Wolfman a cool name. It's like, dude, Wolfman's pretty badass.
Yeah, dude, Wolfman won this tournament easily. Like, are you kidding me? I thought Wolfman was I thought he was a loser. I thought Wolfman was a total idiot. I kicked his ass last week with my buddies. We literally found him in an alley, pushed him on the ground, pissed all over him. And now seeing what he could do on the battlefield, he was actually giving us mercy. He didn't exact his vengeance at that time. We love Wolfman now. That's probably what he did for this guy's identity. And by the way, too, even if that's not the case and Wolfman was and is and remains a loser or whatever, who cares? Garou just entered this tournament, won this tournament. He didn't kill anybody. You know what they do in tournaments? They beat each other up. So what? He did it a little bit early before the tournament started. I mean, what? Wolfman was going to get beaten up anyway.
This is best case scenario for identity theft. And if anyone wants to steal my identity, Daniel B. Trejo, if you want to steal my identity, feel free to, as long as you're able to be a complete badass and put my name above everyone else's around you. So go ahead. Thank you.
Right. Daniel Trejo, address 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So Garou's biggest crime is kind of this overarching crime. And we've touched on it already. It's the beating up of people. It's the assaulting of people. It's the injuring of people. It's the crippling of people. But specifically, heroes. Because this is a world where there is a hero association, where there is a global hero community that is constantly do-gooding against these monsters, right? These monsters. And Garou fashions himself to be kind of a monster himself. He's always a fan of the monsters. He wants to be this villainous character. That's his goal.
He's playing Eminem's Monster on loop in his headphones constantly.
That's correct. He is doing that. Yeah, you can't see the headphones, but it is what's happening. Secondarily, his goal is to become strong. So he wants to be a villain. He wants to be strong. He wants to become the strongest possible villain. He wants to be God on Earth, basically, like a terror to humanity. And in doing that, he goes and he tries to run the gauntlet of beating up as many strong heroes as he can, or at least fighting them and learning from them. He kind of has like a taskmaster almost ability to him, where he fights a hero, and he, just from having this impact and this single interaction, he can almost adopt that technique, and he can morph and become more powerful than the guy he just fought, because he can integrate that strategy in with his own. He masters the offense and the defense. So he ends up kicking the asses of a ton of these heroes. But the question is really, maybe his philosophy for doing this has more validity than a lot of people think. Like, are heroes inherently good?
Yeah, if we go back to his most early, maybe not his most early memory, but the furthest back we go in his backstory is when he's a little kid on the playground, and it was just this, what was the kid's name? I don't remember if they even say the kid's name.
It's like Toche or Tucci. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but he's beating up this other kid, and Garou comes up and goes, "Hey, you can't do that. That's not nice to do." And then this bully basically points at Garou and goes, "No, you're the monster. Everyone kill him." Or like, it's like Smear the Queer, but he just points his finger at people, and then that person becomes the target for everybody. So then he becomes the victim of all these bullies around him. And at one point, the bully claims the title of Justice Man, I believe.
Yes.
This is so ingrained into Garou's brain that even when he's watching a TV show, he can't even enjoy Justice Man, because he goes, I think he tells his dad, Dad, when does this guy lose? When does the villains come in and kick this guy's butt? And he's like, I don't think there is a guy that comes in and kicks Justice Man's butt. I think Justice Man is undefeatable. And Garou just sitting there just fuming, squeezes his hands as tight as possible. It's like, he must be destroyed. And I will say, Garou's his sympathetic nature and intuition towards villains is, that is striking a chord with me, down in my heart right now. As a channel that defends villains, constantly, his desire to put the villains on top for a change and sympathizing with their motivations is just, I'm on his side. Your Honor, this is pro bono.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, dude, if we were allowed to bring in a third co-counsel here to represent these villains with us going forward, dude, Garou, like, you're my man. Come on, open invitation. You always have a seat here next to us on the bench. He has this experience with this kid. This kid decides to play basically, Cowboys and Indians, or like good guy, bad guy. And he singles out Garou, and he's like, you know what? I think you're going to be the villain. And whereas Garou wanted to be the hero, he's like, no, I think I'm more the hero and you're kind of more the villain. Garou's like, okay, well, I guess that's fine. We can role play for a while. And then this kid enlists his like fellow bully friends, like his bully comrades. It says, hey, could you guys hold down Garou while I kick his ass because he's the villain? And so they just pummel him day in, day out, probably for a long time. We don't really get a time frame going on, but it does affect him. And it's exactly as you said. He ends up growing up thinking that that's what heroes are. That's a representation of heroes. And in a way, he's right. These heroes are kind of just attention seekers. They want to be in the spotlight. They save people just to kind of be celebrities. And that's not all of them, but that's several of them. Like Tornado, right? Tatsumaki, what the English and Japanese names. She is a bitch. She is. She's annoying. She's the worst. And she does save people, but not without a lot of collateral. And it extends all the way to Saitama. You have a few noble heroes, But for the most part, these guys are causing a lot of destruction. It's like the Man of Steel thing, right? Superman and Zod just tearing through buildings, not caring about anything, and you don't really think about it in the heat of the moment, heat of watching the movie, but then you're like, oh, dude, did like 100,000 people just die because of this fight, because they didn't care about going to a desert area like the great Goku and Vegeta would, just avoid conflict. Oh. So that's the way it goes. I don't blame Garou just starting off, but maybe we should go through a couple of these heroes to determine whether or not they really did deserve it, because I think it's a case-by-case basis.
And before we go into those, smash the like button like Garou's bullies were smashing the shit out of him in his little rear end when he's a kid.
Yep, raw and uncut.
Which one do you want to go first?
Dude, let's just start with possibly some of the lamest heroes, but I can't help it. I kind of think they're Chads at the same time. The Tank Top Squad. The Tank Top. We're talking Tank Top Black Hole, Tank Top Tiger, Tank Top Vegetarian, and Tank Top Master. I mean, listen, you can't go wrong with a name like Tank Top Master, you know what I mean? And it kind of seems lame at first, but did you see the grip strength on that guy? Tank Top Master grabs the ground and pulls out like an 80,000-pound piece of pavement and just wields it like a baseball.
This is like the Mendelbaums or whatever they're called in Seinfeld.
So
that's who they are for
me.
I'm just, nah. Okay, I'm over it. I love a lot of these heroes, like the concept of them. The tank tops? No. Let's destroy them, please. And the tank tops.
I could defend it, but they got to go. They got way too big of egos for their like useless abilities. I forget. Whatever.
Also, he disengages from them too. He lets them go. He lets the vegetarian one leave, and all of a sudden they corner him. It's okay. I guess you're asking for it. If he beats the crap out of one of them, and they come back later with more, you are now asking for it, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that extends beyond the tank tops, too. If we're talking about the interaction he had with Gold Ball and Spring Mustachio, too, he goes up. It's true. Garou does go and instigate this fight in this restaurant. He's like, hey, I want to fight you because I'm the hero hunter. And Golden Ball's like, oh, dude, I know about this hero hunter. And on the way to fight him at the agreed-upon location, like in a parking lot or whatever, Golden Ball tries to shoot him and kill him. Like, is that acceptable?
In the alley, right?
Yeah. If he knows about the hero hunter, he should know that how many casualties have there been? Zero casualties. And the same is true of Spring Mustachio. This guy comes out there with his little pretentious French little mustache and his little swirly spring sword, tries to skewer Garou. Whereas Garou, what do he want to do? He wants to fight him and learn from him. Seriously, dick move.
He instigated the fight. He wanted to bring it to a nice location. But the moment Golden Ball, he shoots that little whatever, his balls.
It's like a little bullet.
He shoots his balls at him. His bullet. Should be called Golden Bullet, not Golden Ball.
Dude.
But anyways, that's where he starts it, and he deserves everything coming to him. They deserve whatever Garou is going to give them, the spanking. The one I love the most of all these heroes has to be Metal Bat. I love it. He looks like an 80s version of an anime character. I love it. And what's impressive about Metal Bat is he gets stronger the more he fights. He's like, dude, this guy should be tuckered out. He should be want to take a nap right now. But instead, he's somehow more powerful as the fight goes on. And the only reason why Metal Bat's not able to beat Garou is because his sister comes up, right?
Yes.
And tells him like, don't fight in front of me. Which, if you're controlled by your little sister, as much as I love you, Metal Bat, you deserve it too. Sorry, buddo.
Dude, I don't know how I felt about him going into the series back when I hadn't seen it or read it at all, but right from the get-go in season 1, I love Metal Bat. And then season 2, Metal Bat, worst animation. But, dude, it was awesome. He has this respect. He's got this mutual respect. He's got the fighting spirit, the design, like you said. He's got the pompadour going on. He looks like a mix between, like, Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, Tristan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just that really classic
He's got a little Final Fantasy to him, too.
Oh, yeah, for
right?
sure. With the melee weapon. He's got the big baggy pants. So, yeah, dude, 100%. He's got the vibes. He's got the attitude. He could do no wrong in my book. But, again, him and Garou, you know what, maybe we'll go into spoilers in a little bit. We're going to skip spoilers for now. Later in the video, toward the end, we'll do a little bit of spoiler action, but it only gets better for him and Metal Bat. Let me just say that right now. Watchdog Man, dude, lame. Furry's got to go. Don't care how well they fight. That dude's got to go.
Exactly.
He should have been put down years ago.
You put on that costume, you deserve to be put up against something legally, I can say, on YouTube.
Yeah, dude, 100% true. King, listen, he wants to fight King. He never does. And if he did, I think we all know that King engine would have him put in the grave. So
it's a good thing. There's no crime then.
No crime, 100% no crime. Like attempted crime, maybe, but we're not going to go there. Death Gatling, glasses, who basically, I didn't even know the name. I didn't remember the name until you told me, but this is the guy who looks like Gohan from Dragon Ball Super, right? Chain and Toad, Smile Man, Stinger, Gun. These guys,
I mean,
what needs to be said? They ganged up on it. This is completely ridiculous. Unfair fight.
they ambush him. He's literally minding his own business, Garou, with the little boy Terrio in that little shed. And if anything, Death Gatling was probably the one most at fault for putting people in danger at that moment, because if it wasn't for Garou, that little boy would have been killed in that shed. You know, when he does his ultimate blast, whatever his special move there. But yeah, all the other people there who remind me of, you know, just classic Jewel Star characters. I love the character designs and the names here, but yeah, all of them, it was premeditated. It was an ambush. They all deserve what was coming to them. And
it could go from design to motive to fighting style to tactics. The only one I could see is maybe Stinger, who doesn't just deserve it immediately, because Garou does challenge Stinger like a 1v1, and Stinger's like, oh, dude, yeah, for sure, I will accept that fight. And we do see Stinger in Season 1 earlier in the series kind of being pretty heroic as well, and not like just trying to get all the fame on him. Like, he tried to do some good deeds, right? So I think that Stinger maybe is the exception to this, but everybody else on this list, huge L. I know that kid's ugly.
Right.
I know that kid's ugly, but that doesn't mean he deserves to die. That might be a hot take, but he doesn't deserve to die. Garou did the right thing by defending him. After this, it does go into the spoiler territory, so spoiler alert, right now it's going beyond what's currently aired in the anime, and we're going into manga only. So know that going forward.
Like, the next interaction I believe he has with a hero is when Pui Pui Prisoner somehow is just like digging somewhere, and it happens across Garou, who is tied up and is held prisoner by the monsters, and he frees Garou, and then Garou immediately starts fighting him. Dude, there's a naked man in front of you who just freed you, who has been known to have very predatory-like behaviors.
Yes.
Garou is 100% justified. Anything he does to Pui Pui Prisoner, even though I like Pui Pui Prisoner, the concept of Pui Pui Prisoner is fun. But also Darkshine, you look at a guy who also could just be on basically the same wavelength as Pui Pui Prisoner. You have no idea what's going on here. Of course, you got to fight your way out of this.
Oh, dude, well, he doesn't live under a rock. He knows Pui Pui Prisoner's MO. Right? Like, this guy's naked. He busts through. He's still wearing his prison chain. I know who he is. I know exactly what he wants. And here am I, a helpless, defenseless twink. I'm going to be clenching for dear life looking at this guy. And then what do I see? His big oiled up black friend who's even stronger than him. It's like, I'm going to be like, oh, no. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I have no choice but to flail. You know, it's like cornering a wild animal. Like, they're going to only assume you mean the worst. Darkshine didn't deserve it, we know. But put yourself inside our client's shoes briefly, and you will understand why he did what he had to do.
An oiled up, ripped Mr. Popo is one of my worst nightmares of all time. Tommy, oh.
So the last crime is arguably the only crime on this list. He kills Genos. And this is way late in the series after he absorbs this godlike power. And I think I could dispel this nearly immediately with two angles of attack. One, he kills Genos while anointed with this divine power, where they mention several times, Garou, you are clearly being influenced and controlled by a higher dark being and demon. Because Garou and Saitama had this amazing clash of epic proportions, and it ripped a hole in reality, and like this dark being came from this other reality and imbued Garou with these powers. So he was being controlled, manipulated. He denied it, but it's just true. He was. Secondly, after Saitama thoroughly beats Garou and demoralizes him, Garou says, I'm sorry for what I did. Saitama, go back in time and defeat me before I do these crimes. And so what does Saitama do? He goes back and defeats Garou before Garou commits the crimes. So even though he did kill Genos, he grew to regret it, and he remedied the situation. So did it really even happen in the first place?
He's completely justified. He when he has the opportunity to right his wrongs, he does.
That's true, and you know the saying, all the wrongs he did, you add them all up and it makes him innocent.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and smash that like button.
Or not, we don't care.